Hi.
Hey, hi Tawfiq, how are you?
Yes, good.
Yes, you can ask me your doubts.
I think we have another session for that. I will put your time again. This one you have your own session, right? It's okay.
Yes, yeah. Hey, hi Santosh, how are you?
Good, sir. How are you? Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I'm also doing good. Thank you for joining. Hey, hello Avinash. Yes, Santosh, like if you have any doubts or any question, no, you can ask me.
Yeah. Yes, he's actually he recorded my suggestion is actually if you take at least 1 hour, if you anyway you are giving lot of time for us. So if you take 1 hour live classes, that will be very beneficial. That is my thing because recorded videos now even you also know like it won't be create much interest. Like it makes a lot of dedication also.
Yes, that's true. I mean, Santosh, actually, this request has been raised by many users, and I can understand, like, because recorded session, you cannot ask a question directly, right, at that
Mhm.
particular point, and then you have to ping me or
And
ping
you
some
yes.
other person also, right, to understand the concept. I totally agree, but I mean, yeah, definitely, I'm planning, like, I mean,
Even like you can dedicatedly take na at least weekly 3 hour plus 4 hour plus accordingly. Like if it is possible, like you can.
Yes, sure,
Uh,
sure. I mean, I'm planning, I'm on it. So I mean, what my plan is currently that, I will just record everything and, I mean, try to, give those things first to the users. And after that, if someone comes, then we will start this live wala thing. But
yeah.
currently, like, at least it will take some one more month because I'm into some time transition now. And I'm planning to provide more courses at some less cost only or less fees only. So yeah, definitely, Santosh, like I will do that in coming days, maybe for the month of August or September, but in the month of July I cannot do, since uh, I have some other plans currently. Like I'm working on this Delta project, wala thing, Delta project course also, and again, like thinking to launch a Scala course also in month of July only, or maybe at the starting month of
And one suggestion, like when you do view some suggestion video or something, do about freshers, at least below the video, you give a
caption.
Word document. No, no, Word a document. Such that see sometimes what happened, we listen and we forgot. Many people even like nowadays, people are in modern culture. They don't even know down. Just listen and one only. So if you at least in a Word document or PDF, like summary what you want to say, like so list out. Even some people don't have time to watch the video. At least they will go through the PDF itself. Even just view if it is not downloadable. If you don't want to, you can give your access also. Just view
So,
access.
so Santosh, where you are saying, like in the course or in the YouTube?
No, no, no. You make videos. Not like if you want to how to learn data engineering or this part
Oh, okay, written documentation
like
you
what
meant to say.
path like you tell overall but few people will won't
Acha,
read
so
away.
okay, okay. I mean, in some of the videos, I have given the that Databricks notebook itself to for the future purpose, for the future reference. But yeah, in the old videos, I did not do that. I mean,
This
I
this
totally
path like your path like you tell okay first learn this then learn then after this you will
okay,
it will
okay,
dedicate.
okay. Sure, sure, sure. I mean, I
Mm.
mean, they are, to be honest, there are plenty of things, and sometimes I also
No, no,
get
yeah, I can
confused.
understand that you have shortage of time and no, no,
Yeah,
if you see,
definitely I will take this down and
no, no,
I mean,
if you think like you can ask some volunteers from the group itself, those who are willing, No, those you are willing.
Correct,
So
correct,
we will
correct,
prepare
correct,
we'll
correct.
prepare a
I mean,
document for
even
you
though, yes,
and
even though I am also planning the same thing. I am in a talk with many people, so I will come
no,
at that
just
point.
not for money, volunteer. Just they will prepare and you can cross check whether you can make some changes in it, and then you can. That's the thing.
Sure, 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 Santosh.
Mm,
I will definitely do that.
okay, sir.
Apart from this, if you have any concern related to anything, or if you want to ask anything related this transition or learning perspective, you can ask me right away.
Oh yes. Sir. And thing is like you told right. First, when I'm currently working as a business analyst, so I want to make transition into data engineering side. So first you told like the first run ADF and some PySpark and the basic thing and start giving interviews. This is a part you told, right?
Correct.
Because SQL part, I know, like just I need to anyway, like SQL I can manage. SQL I don't have much problem. Like because that is day in day out I write codes. These things are needed. These are need to learn from scratch itself.
Which, sorry, I mean, I did not
Data
understand.
engineering part, data
Data,
engineering
so
skill.
see, data engineering, no, see, if you know SQL Python, then you are good to go. See, in data engineering, what usually we do, we create a pipeline, right, which fetches the data of, we create a, I mean, not pipeline in simple term, I'll say we just write down a code by which we fetch the data, or we source the data from a different databases, let's say your file system, FTP, SFTP, servers जो होता है ना, so we try to fetch it using a Python code. उसमें we have a modules library side. With the help of that, we'll try to do that. Let's say simple example, you have some API, right? So API से how we can fetch the data. So वो हम Python में script लिखते हैं. Once it is saved, then what you will do, you will just on top of that, you will clean the data, you will do some transformation. So वहाँ पे क्या लगेगा? There we will use SQL, right? वहाँ पे SQL लगेगा. तो that's where SQL comes in a picture. ठीक है, अगर if you are just doing a data engineering, and after that we will have कहाँ पे आपको सेव करना, where will you save the data, whether you want to save a data in database. If you want to save in database, again you need a Python connector, I mean, so ODBC connector, right, for that. So with the help of this ODBC JDBC module, Python में available होता है, उसकी वजह से what you will do, you will dump the data into the databases. अगर कोई file system है, then you can also connect via Python, और वहाँ पे आप data save कर दो. On top of that, you will create some report, dashboard and all. वो वही काम होता है बस data engineering. This is a data engineering, simple data engineering. अभी आप आ गए big data पे. अभी क्या है, currently there are too much data, huge data present in the companies or in the databases, right? How we can process those data, like 30 GB data, 40 GB data, 1 TB data, कैसे process करेंगे? Then we should use a Spark or big data technology. मतलब Hadoop हो गया, Spark हो गया, और भी जो भी होते हैं वो सब हम लोग यूज करेंगे. So that's why I'm saying first you focus on SQL Python. अभी if you know SQL Python, then you try to see कि आप डेटा कैसे fetch करोगे. See, I'm giving you a simple example. If you know Python, then I will give one task right now. Can go and fetch the data from the website. Like you have a Amazon website, right? So you just go there. हाँ, वो scraper वाला program जो होता है, beautiful soup, है ना? वहाँ से you can fetch it, data को fetch करो और किसी database में save करो using Python. Step by step if you have to go, right? I mean, मतलब आप maybe आपको सब चीज पता है, but you do not know what to do next.
Yes, yes. The thing is, we should connect the dots. And
हाँ.
few dots we don't know.
Correct.
So out of 10 dots, we know 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but that are not in a structured manner. So that's we need your guidance. So that
So
we'll all
definitely,
put in
Santosh,
it.
like if you face any issue, any doubt, now you can ping me over the WhatsApp. If you go to the website, ना, there is an option of WhatsApp, right? I mean, WhatsApp का option दिया हुआ है. You can ping me over there.
Okay, sir. Thanks for your time and thanks for your.
No problem, Santosh. Hey, hi, Avinash. Hi, Mayappan. Hello.
Hey,
Hey, hi. Hi, you can ask me anything, Meyapan, if you have any doubt regarding anything. You can ask me that.
And
Okay.
I have one thing. You launched a course, right? Is that course enough? Like one project and the basics, the real basics part. Is it
Which
enough?
which project? I mean, I launched two
Nine
projects, two
end to
courses.
end, that one.
Azure wala. See, it is
Uh,
enough. I mean, I would say it is enough to understand what
happening.
happens, what happening in the real world. I mean, in the companies when you go to company or when you create a project, na. So what type of tool we use, what type of scenarios they are in the real time. People doesn't know this thing only, right? कि प्रोजेक्ट कैसे बनते हैं और प्रोजेक्ट हमें रियल टाइम क्योंकि इफ यू गो टू फॉर इंटरव्यू राइट सो दे विल आस्क यू अ क्वेश्चन कि अपना प्रोजेक्ट एक्सप्लेन करो राइट explain your project and what you used to do in your previous company or organization. There people get confused and they did not clear the interview. So that I mean to keep this thing in my mind, I get this project. I am not saying कि अगर आप ये कर लोगे तो आपको हो गया. At least you should know basic before going to this project. You should know basics of Azure, मतलब ADF, Azure Data Factory, how we can create a simple pipelines. वो आपको पता है, then you are good to go. And then basics of Apache Spark, कैसे Apache Spark काम करता है, right? You should know that. And Python SQL तो mandatory होती है. And then you should know PySpark और मतलब if you know PySpark, okay. Otherwise Spark SQL भी आता है, then you can go ahead. But at least you should know these फोर जो मैंने टर्म्स बोले ना वो आपको पता होना चाहिए प्रोजेक्ट बनाने से
So
पहले.
ADF first, we should start with apart from SQL and
ADF is because ADF is a tool है ना, ETL tool है, तो you can learn easily. In Apache Spark also, like to be honest, there is not like they are very thing in Apache Spark also, but you do not need to learn everything in a one shot, right? So
yes,
slowly आप सीख सकते हो. तो at least you start from the basic, मतलब कैसे फाइल्स को रीड करते हैं, कैसे राइट करते हैं, इतना सीख लो. बेसिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है ना, कि ग्रुप बाय, हैविंग, वेयर, फिल्टर, एक्स वाई जेड, ये सब चीजें कैसे होती है, यूनियन, एक्सेप्ट, वो सब है. इन SQL वी यूज द कीवर्ड्स, राइट. कीवर्ड बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, कीवर्ड ही आई गेस
keywords
कीवर्ड बोलते हैं. पाइथन में क्या करेंगे, उसका फंक्शन बना दिया. इफ यू वांट टू
inbuilt functions.
इफ यू वांट टू ज्वाइन टू टेबल, यू विल हैव वन फंक्शन डॉट ज्वाइन. ठीक है, तो वहां पे पहला डेटा फ्रेम, सेकंड डेटा फ्रेम. SQL में क्या होता था, कीवर्ड लगाते थे. तो सेम चीज है. इफ यू नो SQL, यू नो कि मतलब इफ आई रिसीव वन डेटा, देन if I receive a data, then I mean what transformation I should do. So you should know कि हाँ यार मुझे SQL आता है, then you can replicate the same thing using Python or PySpark ना.
So after ADF, and you can learn the basics of Apache Spark.
Apache Spark, हाँ Apache Spark कर लो, then I would suggest to take. Otherwise you will not understand and then you will face multiple issues. मतलब बेसिक क्लियर होगा तो एटलीस्ट आप अपनी जहाँ भी आप इंटरव्यू देने जा रहे हो ना, वहाँ पे आप ये कह सकोगे कि मैंने ये प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है, ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट होता है और रियल टाइम ही प्रोजेक्ट है. मतलब बहुत ही इधर उधर जगह पता वता करके आई हैव क्रिएटेड दिस. मतलब बहुत सिनेरियोस हैं उसमें. अगर इफ यू हैव अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि डेटा इंजीनियरिंग का एक्सपीरियंस आपको, अगर आपको ईयर्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा आईटी का ना, देन यू कैन रिलेट इट कि हाँ ऐसे काम होता है. मतलब वो 15-16 आवर्स का कंटेंट है, तो यू कैन थिंक ऑफ इट कि होगा उसके अंदर चीज़ें हैं अच्छी. अदरवाइज वो 2-3 घंटे वाला कोर्स नहीं है कि वो बना के दिखा दिया है ना. तो उसमें एक चीज़ बताई गई है, मल्टीपल टूल्स यूज़ किए हैं. इवन दो आई shown you how we can deploy the things from lower environment to the upper environment with some access. मतलब access का भी होता है ना, how I should give, how I grant you access, वो सब कैसे देना पड़ता है. तो वो सब आई हैव ऑल्सो टोल्ड यू और शोन यू.
Yes, sir.
आप पहले बेसिक क्लियर कर लीजिए, देन यू
Yes,
टेक.
the thing is also, even without basics, that even you go
हाँ
very
फिर ना फिर मन भी हट जाता है, राइट. लाइक you
Mhm.
go inside and then you say, hey bro, what is happening and this is very difficult task, I cannot do this, then you will back out.
And for ADF and Apache Spark, your YouTube videos are published.
I mean to be honest that is enough for to learn the basic है ना. बेसिक सीखने के लिए enough है, बहुत है. 70 videos and Databricks में है ना. That is more than that. And then in ADF it is like 30-31 videos, more than that. मतलब ठीक है. अभी आप एक बार
Next you
आइडिया
will
ले
get at least 50% of knowledge.
आइडिया, हाँ। अब देखो, अब टू बी ऑनेस्ट सिनेरियोस तो बहुत से बन सकते हैं ना, अब सब चीज तो नहीं खबर, बट एटलीस्ट इतना चीजें हैं कि आप स्टार्ट कर सकते हो किसी चीज को। एंड इफ यू स्टार्टेड एंड इफ यू गो इनसाइड इट, देन इफ यू हैव इंटरेस्ट, देन यू विल लर्न मोर, है ना?
Yes, sir. And everything we cannot know that we gain by hands-on only. So
हाँ,
even
correct. So hands on, it's very important. I mean, without hands on, no.
theoretically it's like this. Whatever we learn, until unless we don't do, that's the difference.
Yes. Okay, Santosh. Hey, hi, iPhone. After doing your Azure project, what's the next learning step? See, after doing my Azure project, if you are good in your basic, then you can go ahead and apply for the interviews. Here you will get to know as I told to Santosh also, right? Get to know how the project should be in the real time company. In a company's perspective. And if you are not good in these subjects, I have shown you a PowerShell script also. I have shown you GitHub deployment. Using GitHub also we can do the deployment of Databricks, of or ADF and other resources. So you can learn those things which you did not understand in the project, or which you don't understand in the project. I hope you understood. Or if you have any question, iPhone, you can ask. So Tawfiq Ahmed, how can I clear the interview? I always get preliminary questions from recruiters. Do you have working experience? Your course will help to prepare project which can definitely the course will help a lot to you. And as I told Santosh already, right, before going to this, you should have a basic knowledge of the SQL, Python, Azure Data Factory, and Azure Databricks, that is Apache Spark. If you're learning Apache Spark using Databricks, then you should at least know the basic. Otherwise you won't understand. See, if you do not know basic, right, and if you complete the project, what usually you will do, you will just copy and paste the things, what I have shown you in the project, in the videos. You will not use your brain. So if you know at least the basic stuff, right, so at least suppose I am giving you the solution of this problem, saying that, hey, this is the process how we can solve this problem. If you know the basic, if you're good in your basic, then maybe you can get a new idea out of it, right? Ki, hey, Sagar has done, maybe Sagar did not apply a correct way or the optimized way, right? So that's why I'm saying ki, if you know all these basic stuff, then you should start this project. You can talk, Tawfiq.
Yeah, I'm understand your answer. Okay. Just that how to say, I have experience ETL around 3 years,
Yes.
SQL, but now I'm trying to learn online. I didn't enroll yet in your course because I was looking for what are the weightage or what thing that can attract recruiters to select me for interview. I got one or two interview, but the requirement is too high, like 4 or 5 years experience in Azure. So I didn't know how to start. So currently I still I'm not sure like what to do. Maybe I will enroll on your course first and see from there
So
how I
you are
can
good in basics, right? As you told that you are applying for
SQL, ETL.
Azure.
Yes.
ETL means which tool you have used till now?
IBM data stage from
IBM you
IBM.
used. No,
Hmm.
if you're preparing for Azure data engineering, right? then they may ask you, or they should ask you questions related to Azure tools only, right? Not the
Yes,
IBM
yes,
or
correct.
Informatica.
Yeah.
So first
Yeah.
I would, as I told to Santosh and other user also, right? First prepare the basic, like in Azure, we use Azure Data Factory as a ETL tool. So if you're
Mm.
familiar with IBM, maybe you can relate whatever you have done till now using IBM with the ADF. So first go
Mm.
with that, and then go, as you know, you already know SQL, right? So apart from this, if you just focus on Python also a little bit, then it will help you a lot. And then you can apply.
In interview, is it they will accept if we say that we have a
No,
hands-on project on ADF or Databricks
ADF,
without any working experience? I mean, we say to them that we have learned ourselves in
no, no,
online
no,
courses
no,
and
no, no, no topic. See,
yeah.
you have 3 years of experience. The upcoming company do not know whether you have done the job on Azure or on IBM, right?
Okay.
They do not know whether on which technology you have, done
If we
your job.
mention any resume, yeah. If we didn't mention resume, they don't know.
Yes, right. So you can explain in such a way that you have used Azure Data Factory to
Oh, okay.
for this ETL purpose, and you know the real time scenario problems what you have faced in
Mm,
the IBM tool, right? So you can convert, or you can make stories, right, like this, that
okay.
I have
Okay.
worked on this tech, because in your experience, I mean, they have one letter, right, what the company used to give us when we leave the company, experience letter. So they
Mm,
mention that you have been working in this company for this role. They will not mention the tools or
tools.
technologies, right? So you can tweak it.
Okay, understand. So we need we need to avoid from mentioning that we
Yes,
don't have
correct.
working experience.
So every time we should not be a very
Okay.
honest,
Okay.
right? So
Okay. Sure.
sometimes we have to,
Yes. 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 Understand. Understand. No issue.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
In your courses for Azure Data Engineer, we will
See, no,
do the
actually,
practical.
no, you have to do a practical. Actually, if you are very new, then I would say ki you go ahead to the Databricks course, ADF course. ADF course is in English language, but in Databricks, the starting videos are in Hindi. I am not
Oh,
sure
okay.
whether you know Hindi, if you can understand that. So those are in Hindi, but after 20-30 videos, all videos are in English language only. And the paid course are in English language. There is no Hindi I used. Okay, since it is a paid course. And so what I suggest you can learn ADF, Databricks, like there are multiple channels. I'm not saying go ahead to take my channel only. There are multiple channels. You can learn from anywhere, okay, wherever you think this person is teaching you well. Then you take this course, or the start the course, then you will understand. Since you already have worked on ETL, right? So you may relate the scenarios
Mm,
also.
okay.
Okay. I hope you are clear now, right?
Yeah.
Rather, I want to ask, like few people tell like that if you want to learn data engineering, they tell three things to learn. One is ADF, ADP, and Synapse. So there is no starting at the start of entry. There is no much entry.
No, no. See, you
No,
should
no,
know
because
SQL. You should
no,
know
they
SQL,
created
Python.
high. Apart from SQL and Python.
Apart from SQL, Python, understand what is cloud first, little bit like basic knowledge. What is cloud? Everyone knows, right? What is the future of cloud and where the file being stored? Only all those stuff. Then you can switch to ADF. See, why people suggest first ADF? Because ADF is kind of tool only, right? To understand the tool is easy. Is very easier to understand the tool. Apart from, if you write the code or something, you will have you have to have some more time, right? So that's why people suggest ADF and Database. Though these two things are enough. I mean, generally in interview they ask these questions. But what I suggest to people, do not stick with these two technology, or maybe Azure Synapse. Azure Synapse is nothing but where we dump the data. It is a kind of data warehouse. Work on MPP architecture with poly-based feature. So usme there is nothing much things. So see, apart from this, if you have if you are showing like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of experience, right, in data engineering, then company or the person who is taking your interview, they will not they will demand more from you, right? This person should know at least at least a new, a different thing also, right? Because see, these two, three things everyone know, right? So how will you differ yourself from a from a, from a different person profile, right? So you, like I said, right, what companies suggest nowadays, a person who is working for me, he should know everything from end to end. Mostly many companies think like that. I'm not sure how TCS works, how Accenture works, but if you go to product-based company or any middle range company, right? So they suggest that a person to whom I am hiring, he knows or she knows everything. At least she should have an idea, or he should have an idea कि काम कैसे होता है. Maybe you will not work on it, but at least you should know, because in some company, in some project, we do not have multiple resources, right? अगर आप, let's say, if अगर आपको कोई hire कर रहा है for ADF, so maybe there is no person for Databricks, so you have to only work for this, and maybe there is no person for Power BI, so you only have to create a report out of your data, right? So it's better you should know many things. I mean, saying you should know these 3-4 things, मतलब वो तो perfect है, आपको आना चाहिए, right? ADF, SQL, Python, Databricks, Apache Spark, those things you said that I know very well. Apart from this, like CI/CD pipelines कैसे generate होती हैं, what is DevOps model, those things, Power BI, let's say, Cube, and also वो सब चीजें you can say कि हाँ, I know, I have worked 2 years back, 3 years back, ऐसे ऐसे करके you have some idea, or you have done some POC using these tools, so that a interviewer may think कि हाँ, this person knows at least ज़्यादा चीजें, right? Not only 2-3 things.
And one more thing, like after how much years experience we put, they expect a lot, like 3 years plus or like 4 years.
See, it totally depends on what how much knowledge you have gained till now. If you think that no, I do not know much about this data engineering, I suggest put 1 or 2 years experience. If you think that I know everything, I mean, not everything, like at least I know medium level
Basics.
knowledge, very well, then you can say 3-4 years of experience. See, mainly they will ask you if they start from SQL, Python only, right? After that, they just ask you some scenario-based questions on Azure Data Factory or Azure Databricks, and they may ask you questions from your project only. If you are saying that I used to do this process, then they may ask you why you used to do this process. And what they also can do, they change your scenario also little bit, tweak the scenario a little bit, and then they ask question कि अच्छा अभी बताओ क्या, what will happen if I change this scenario? How will you handle this much?
I'm asking because I have overall around 5 years of experience. So if I keep at least 2 years or 3 years, 1 year, because my salary is above the market average. So they will also think of everything, right? If I keep 1 or 2 years experience.
Currently, market is, I mean, companies are not giving too
Okay.
much salary. So, I mean, you can keep 2 years. I mean, 2 years is okay, right? So since you have 5 years experience. So see, data engineering, I mean, this Azure data engineering is started in 2018 or 19 only. What I know, I mean, comes in a picture. I mean,
Yes,
before it
previously
was,
they used to call
before
as
it
big
was,
data.
yeah. So Azure तो 2019, 19 या 20 में ही आया था, है ना? बहुत लोग यूज करना स्टार्ट कर. आई स्टार्टेड सन ऑफ 2019 ओनली, बट उस टाइम पे बस स्टार्ट हुआ था एज्योर का पार्ट. आई मीन ऑन पेम तो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता ही था. तो धीरे धीरे 2021 से भी आप बोलोगे ना 2021 से कि आई स्टार्टेड दिस वर्किंग ऑन एजो डेटा इंजीनियरिंग, देन इट्स गुड, क्योंकि उस समय मार्केट में ट्रेंड में था। अब आप बोलो मुझे 6 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस, भाई उस समय कौन सी कंपनी यूज करती थी? नहीं बहुत कम कंपनी यूज करती
हाँ,
थी।
वो उनको भी पता है ना, हम जैसे अभी जूस भी डाल लगा दिया, उसको थोड़ी
हाँ
नहीं पता है। वो लोग लगा देगा, मतलब इनको कुछ तो कुछ लिखने के लिए लिखा
राइट,
देगा
सो
मतलब।
अब 1-2 इयर्स डाल दो नो, उस हिसाब से फिर एक्चुअली में रेज्यूमे भी सिलेक्ट होते हैं, राइट। अब 1 ईयर एक्सपीरियंस डालोगे, मे बी कोई ना आए इंटरव्यू कॉल, ना 2 इयर्स
The thing
डाल।
is, see, after 4 years, I have done masters and I rejoined recently. That's the thing.
ओके, अच्छा गैप, अच्छा वो मास्टर
It's just,
स्टार्टिंग गैप है।
yes, yes. So
ओके,
if that's the main thing where Azure was emerged, where I went to masters. That's the thing. So
हाँ
even
राइट राइट, no problem, you can try it out, and definitely this trick what I told you, right, it works.
yes, yes.
Okay Santosh. Hey, hi Avinash, hi Mayappan, you can ask me. Hello. Hey, hi Mayappan, if you're speaking then I'm not able to hear you. Hey Avinash. Hey, hi. If you're speaking, I'm not able to hear you.
So what is the most trending? Is that Azure or AWS?
Both are same only. I mean, AWS also have a market, right? And Azure also have a market.
Which
But
one-
but like many company use AWS, I can say. But Azure also have a market. That's not a mean.
quick win, what is a quick win?
Sorry.
Which one is a quick win? By starting a scratch and I have to get a job. Which
No,
one is-
your voice is kind of, I mean, if you can speak louder.
Yeah, which one is a quick win? Like, is that AWS or Azure? If I have to start something and I have to get a job.
See, from 4 years, I am working on Azure. So what I personally think that Azure is easier to learn. The UI and other stuff is very easy as compared to AWS, because I also tried to learn as S3 bucket, and I tried to import or load the data into S3 bucket. What I observed that UI was थोड़ा सा different है, right? So that hence I think Azure is quite easier to learn. I mean, mainly see, it doesn't matter if you know data engineering concept. If you know AWS, you can easily learn Azure also. If you know Azure, you can easily learn AWS.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Both are same only, because the way the tools have been introduced or have been built, right? It is on the same technology only. They just change the name, or maybe you can think of in Azure we have some more advanced feature, right? But in AWS we do not have much advanced feature or new features like that. Hello Vinash, if you have any question you can ask me. I guess Avinash is talking on mute. Otherwise, we can wind up this if no one has any question. Santosh, Mayappan, Tawfiq, if you have any question, you can ask. We'll wind up this.
It's there.
Okay, chalo. Thank you so much. If you wish, you can take these courses. What I think, but you should at least know the basic. Then only you take. Otherwise, it will not help you. Chalo then. Thank you. Bye bye.